If you're looking for that perfect place to stay in Fiji, then hold tight because we're taking you on a full walkthrough tour of a tropical resort that might just be your next bucket list destination. In case you missed our last video, Eric took me on a surprise dream trip to Fiji for my birthday, where we stayed at the DoubleTree by Hilton on Sonaisali Island. It's just a short hop from the mainland, but it feels like a whole world away. From beachfront bungalows to sunset dining and sunset cocktails in absolute paradise, this is our full DoubleTree by Hilton resort tour, including what the resort has to offer, plus our honest review for those of you who are considering booking a stay here. But before we dive in, if it's your first time here, we're Eric and Sel, a Canadian and Australian travel couple who are from opposite sides of the globe. Our hometowns are actually among the furthest apart city pairs in the world. We discovered our shared love for travel after spending hundreds of hours in transit to visit our loved ones. Along the way, we started documenting our trips, not just to share travel tips and inspiration, but also to connect with fellow travellers and help others feel more confident planning their own adventures. While juggling full-time jobs and family commitments, we're pursuing a goal to become part-time, non-remote travellers, proving to ourselves that we don't need to quit our 9-to-5s to live the life of our dreams. Just 25 minutes from Nadi Airport and 3 minutes across the water by boat, this resort is surprisingly easy to get to, and yet once you arrive it feels completely removed from the outside world. We're going to give you more details on the resort's boat taxi service a little later in this video. When you arrive, you are greeted with that iconic DoubleTree chocolate chip cookie, and instantly we got swept up into island time. Our first impression was that the people were so warm and kind, and the entrance to the resort was an absolute tropical oasis. They do offer a buggy service to take you and your luggage to your bungalow, which is a really nice touch, but just a heads up, they run on Fiji time, so you might need to wait a little longer for a driver to be available. And when they do arrive, hang on tight because the drivers are very confident with their turns. And you should be aware there are falling coconuts.
Ignorance is bliss.
We checked in to the King Oceanview suite. What we loved were the vaulted ceilings and the private veranda overlooking the ocean. We are in paradise, aka Fiji.
We've made it to Fiji, enjoying sunset in our beachfront little villa.
And we just got these complimentary cookies. I've got the last crumb left. It was delicious.
They were fantastic.
Our room had a large king bed and chase lounge and a small coffee bar and office desk area. Wi-Fi is available, but with these views, we barely touched our screens. The bathroom featured a double vanity and oversized rain shower. The room included your basics like slippers, bathrobes, tea and coffee, a kettle, shampoo, body wash, iron, ironing boards, hairdryer, LCD TV, bar fridge, air conditioning, and a safe. The only issue we had was that the walls between the adjoining bungalows don't completely keep the sound of your neighbours out. We only had noisy neighbours one night who checked in late, so it wasn't too much trouble, and it's hard to complain when our biggest decision was coffee here on our deck or a cocktail in a sunbed. Now let's talk about the food. Tavu Bar and Grill offers poolside dining, which became the spot we frequented the most. We didn't have high expectations of the food, but honestly, the menu had great variety and exceeded our expectations. The Tavu Bar and Grill also serves casual bites and poolside drinks. You can grab a cocktail, take a dip, and repeat. Tavu is located at the heart of the resort alongside the lagoon-style pool, complete with ocean views and Tavu's swim-up bar that became a daily evening ritual for us. Next there is Vilani, which is the main dining and offers buffet and a la carte options. They have either poolside, indoor or outdoor dining experiences available. Plus they offer specialty themed nights. If you want to attend one of their specialty nights, make sure you book ahead of time and arrive early to make the most of the buffet and get the freshest options. We opted to pay a little extra and get the breakfast buffet in the morning. It was simple but offered great options. For light bites, you can head to the Village Deli. We ordered food for lunch here and it was perfect for a casual bite. Room service is also available if you're feeling like a slow night in. While overall the food was nothing extraordinary, it certainly still offered delicious meals. Now for the activities. This isn't just a lounge by the pool kind of resort, unless that's what you want. There's horseback riding along the beach, tennis courts, and even paintball, which was a wild twist that we didn't see coming. The main pool is open daily from 7 AM to 9 PM, and we spent most of our time here in a sunbed overlooking the Mamanuca Islands. For families, there's a dedicated kids club with daily activities, giving parents the chance to unwind and keep their little ones entertained. If you're feeling like a slower day, take the time to walk around the property. There are plenty of beautiful spots to explore. The resort has a small area where you can shop for your essentials and some souvenirs if you so wish. There are multiple function spaces and designated areas for weddings, ideal if you're planning a tropical ceremony or an event with family and friends. You can also book sightseeing tours or try cultural experiences like kava ceremonies and traditional Fijian dance. They do have a full spa, which you need to book ahead of time, and we would highly recommend the couples massage. We left feeling absolutely relaxed and rejuvenated. There is also a small but well-equipped fitness centre, if you're feeling motivated. Eric has started taking running more seriously. He just completed his second marathon, and I'm along on the journey with him right now. We'll be sharing more about this on our channel very soon. Now let's look at the practical information. The resort is a family-friendly, smoke-free, and while there's no airport shuttle, these are fairly easy to book ahead of time. There's also plenty of free parking if you're planning on coming by car, but be aware you won't find EV charging stations here. A boat taxi to the island is just a short trip and runs frequently. Make sure you check the timetable board, especially if you have an excursion planned. When you arrive, the friendly staff will help you safely get your suitcases in and out of the boat. When booking, consider requesting a room closer to the resort centre if walking is a concern for you. Our room was about a 5-minute stroll from the main pool, which we didn't mind, but it could be tricky for guests with accessibility needs. And while this island is stunning, keep in mind that once you're here, you're a short boat ride away from the mainland and not within walking distance to any other nearby shops or restaurants. Taxis or transfers will be needed if you're planning on exploring the main island. It's also worth noting that many of the reviews mention the higher price points for food. The quality is great, but be prepared to pay a little more than average. That wraps up our DoubleTree Resort by Hilton Fiji on Sonaisali Island's tour and review. If you're looking for a peaceful island escape that blends relaxation with a touch of adventure and you're okay with staying mostly on resort, we'd say this is a great spot to book. Thanks for joining us, and if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. We love helping out fellow travelers to plan better trips.
We've got some friends outside of our room. Hey, please don't come in our room.